Hello, and welcome to day 7 of the Essential Oil Experience. Today I'm going to talk about one of the oils that is not only in our premium starter kit, but it's one that you got a little sample of, and it's called Valor. Have you dug that out of your little bag yet? It's just this tiny bottle with a few drops in it, and there's a little handwritten label on it that says Valor. But before we get to that, we'll just pretend for a minute that you are in a class in my home. I do these classes in my home. I will do them in your home too. If you ever want a full class from me, start to finish, let me know. And I always tell my existing members, get to as many of those as you can, because I probably say something different at every single class. If you ever come to a class of mine, you'll find that out. You will hear repeats of some of the things I've said in these videos, and you'll hear new things too. And there may be some other things in these videos that I won't say at the class. There's a reason for that. I could probably teach for a month on this topic and not repeat myself. I try very hard to make this something that you can grasp right away and give you the confidence to start using essential oils and then learn like the rest of us. That's the beauty of doing this. So one of the things I do at my class is I usually have these little, I've got them little handouts or little class teaching aids, and they talk about why you want to choose Young Living. One of them is this little graphic right here that says, "Do not be fooled by synthetic essential oils." Now, I don't know if you can see this very well or not, but there's 3 different colors on there. There's orange, pink, and red. And that little tiny one in the middle is the red one. And that represents, it says 1% on it. It shows you in this visual, and this is a proven fact, that only 1% of the oils that are sold today are pure enough and safe enough to use for all of the things I've told you about. Almost every other oil out there is going to be diluted in some way. And I don't mean the dilution I've talked about with the fatty carrier oil that we said a few videos ago. I mean other things, fillers are added, bioidenticals are added. You can actually create a fake peppermint, for instance. That's what's out there, you guys. And they're not safe for use in some of the things I've told you about. Please read your labels, read your labels, read your labels. If you have an essential oil in your home that has an expiration date on it, that's your way of knowing that it has been adulterated. A true essential oil made like ours are does not expire ever. In fact, they are finding in some of the tombs today bottles of frankincense that are still good because an essential oil does not go bad. Not a good one. But many, many, many of them out there are going to be, what I just told you about is a giant orange section, and that's a smaller pink section. That is an okay oil, but those are usually created by perfumers to use as fragrancing only. So when they're doing the process of distillation or even resin tapping, they do it quickly and they do it at high temperatures, and that will make it a good scent, but it does not make it safe for you. So here's another visual I will show people, the hierarchy of essential oils. And the very, very top one, that little white part of the triangle, again, those are the only ones that are genuine grade. The next one down is manipulated. The third one down is perfume grade. And the bottom one, the largest amount of oils sold today are synthetic. They're fake, you guys. They're fake. All right, so let's get on to Valor. Valor is another blend that Gary Young created. Now, in those little bottles I gave you, those roller balls, I have put together some oils and made my own blend, so to speak, in some of them. It has very little essential oil in it by design, and it's really stretched with what we call a carrier oil, a fatty, good for you oil like olive oil, but what happens to be in those is sweet almond oil. That's okay to do because it helps stretch it and make it easy to apply and makes your oils last longer. It's okay to do if I tell you. It's not okay to do if I don't tell you. All right, so all of the blends that are sold by Young Living, though, they are going to be blends that Gary put together, and they're not the single oils. Single oils are the ones like they're named after the plant, like lavender, peppermint, and stuff like that. There's no plant called Valor. There's no plant called Thieves, which is the oil we talked about yesterday. So that's your cue that it's a blend. Most of them have no carrier oil in it. They are just all essential oil. This one, however, does have a very small amount of a fatty carrier oil to help emulsify everything, but you won't even barely know that it's in there because it's still very light and airy. It evaporates quickly, which is another way to know that you have a very good essential oil. This is a blend of black spruce, black tansy, camphor wood, geranium, and frankincense. And Gary Young made this after what he studied warriors used after battle. These plants were what they soaked in afterwards to help with pain. They also used it in the camp because it helped bolster them up and give them courage, valor. So I like to tell people this is like your own warrior shield, and it's the best way to use it as well, just right over your heart to give you confidence, to give you courage when you're facing tough situations. But this is also good for those aches and pains, and it's been proven for people that like to go to the chiropractor like me, that if you apply it afterwards, it'll help you keep your adjustment longer. Some people like to put this on the big toe of their foot for sleep. There's a reason I talk about the foot so much, but I'll get to that in another video. All right, you guys, that's enough for today. Tomorrow, I will talk to you about another oil. Thank you for tuning in.